I want to talk about a few players in this draft. You being a hoop head, last year you asked Cody Williams about his path to the NBA and going to a mid-major school as opposed to, the blue blood or even transferring out. And then you asked about Cody, his brother. He was at the time a 5-star prospect, McDonald's All-American, choosing Colorado. And he gave like an answer that went viral. I feel like everybody picked that up. When you were asking him that, and he was, because there's a certain amount of respect that players and coaches and people answering questions, they give you. So if they respect you, they're going to give you a good answer. When he was answering that question, did you know, okay, this is going to be an answer that is going to get picked up, it's going to go everywhere? Or were you just asking because you were genuinely curious?
Man, it's crazy. It's just like you. I just asked because I was genuinely curious, especially in this new culture.
Yeah.
This culture has changed a lot from when I was playing. So, when you see a player go to University of Colorado, when they start to have the buzz, a lot of times people would decommit and go somewhere else. So I was genuinely curious because I saw his brother, go to Santa Clara, and during the time where he could have probably transferred too. I kind of want to hear their thought process with it because they're both very smart, intelligent human beings. So I want to genuinely know that. And now look at Colorado. Look what they were able to do. I mean, you got Tristan, you got KJ, and you got Cody. Who would have thought if we would have said that last year, they would have 3 potential first round picks? What we would have said? Probably not. But look what they were able to accomplish. So it's just crazy how things work with all that too, right?
Right. And with Cody specifically, I mean, we're seeing him projected in the lottery. Everybody's looking at that 12 spot with Oklahoma City where his brother plays. But where do you think his best fit is at the NBA? Because we have to all remember, he is 19. He's not his brother. He's not Jalen. Jalen was a 4-year player, so he still has a lot of upside and potential. But there are some of those glimpses of a very versatile defensive player like a Jaden McDaniels. And so I think wherever he gets drafted, they're going to be draft and stash and really patient with his development. But I'll say this. Outside of OKC, where do you think is a good fit for Cody?
Man, it's funny. I thought you were going to just stick on the Oklahoma City one, and right now, his has been very intriguing to me, and that's why that's why I respect this because the Cody Williams is difficult right now, trying to figure out where he's going. I would say Chicago right now because of his shooting presence, but I think the biggest question mark is what Memphis is going to do for me. I think Devin Carter being around that Pops is there, Anthony Carter, his dad, and then he's really kind of blowing up. I really want to see what Memphis does because in this draft, you see players start to fall and they go into certain spots. So with him, I'm like, do you go another guard? Do you go wing? Because then that could kind of set up, Cody in a sense. So that's kind of what I look at. And for him, I'm like, okay, spacing the floor. As you see in this NBA playoffs, if you're not able to space the floor, you're not going to be able to play, number one. So Cody shot 41 from the 3. His splits are kind of crazy, to be honest with you. So I was thinking in terms of it, do you draft another guard, get Cody White upset, or do you go wing? And that's my thought process right now. I'm like, Cody might actually fit with Chicago in terms of like, look, we're going to show White that he's the guy. You don't have to compete anymore. We don't have to go over this point guard thing again. And then, bring him in a floor spacer to help. Lonzo's coming back and all that. So doesn't bring that turmoil. So I've been looking at that spot. But also, I mean, if Jalen's there, Jalen's a max guy. I hope we finally admit that Jalen's a max guy. So I would love to keep Jalen happy. So I would think OKC has to think about it or go big. But what bigs would you draft in that range is kind of the thought, unless you go Tijon. So that's my thought process. What about you?
This is what I think will be super telling on draft night. You're looking at 12, you're looking at OKC. If Cody is on the board and they don't take him, because you have to think of OKC has a mastermind in Sam Presti. They have 2 of the best intel scout gatherers with Corey Evans and Andrew Slater. So they're going to be getting all the information on every single player. So if they pass on Cody, I think that's more telling than if they take him to keep his brother happy. And we don't know. We all ask Cody at the combine, do you want to play with your brother? Oh, it'd be a dream come true. Our age gap, we've never been able to play 5-on-5 competitively. So we're always saying that we'd have to make the NBA for that to happen. And now it's actually a possibility. They're right there in that draft range. But I'm with you. I honestly, I think there's going to be a lot of, what happened with Cam Whitmore last year. We're going to see a lot of that this year, because teams are holding their cards close to their chest because they want to be able to pick the player that they want wherever they're drafting. And if that's Devin Carter at 9 to Memphis and Rob Dillingham is still there, where does he go? He starts to fall. Ron Holland is another player that I've been hearing that could possibly fall. And so I think, we're going to see those, whoa, where did this come from? Keyshawn George in the lottery, Tajon to 6, whatever. Like, we're going to start seeing that happen, and the shock of that. And you're seeing players in the lottery that have been projected there all year are going to slip. And it's going to be even crazier because now we have a 2-night draft. And so even if you've been told the entire year by your agent, by everyone, you're projected first round, it's no longer you wait 5 minutes for Mark Tatum to take the stand. You have to wait an entire day. Like this whole draft is going to be insane. I kind of love it.